Africa. It's one area in Africa that he believes is Atlantis. And he says it has all the hallmark characteristics and evidence of massive water erosion surrounding the area, that at one point in time, it's very likely that this area got hit with a massive flood, and it matches all the characteristics of Atlantis. When you see it, when you see the way the concentric circles of rings, like try explaining this through a natural phenomena that doesn't exist anywhere around it. Right. Concentric.
And just like you're saying, brother, down 11 concept, Atlantis could be Nirvana. You see, it could be the stages of, the highest stage of evolution. You see, that's what it could be. It's some. I haven't tapped into that one so much, but I have to get into the story for real, for real. They said it was destroyed by a flood. You see, the higher self. That's what it is, Atlantis. You see, the higher self, and the flood could be where man, descended, where we lost ourselves. Black Power family, we lost ourselves, and we lost the traditions that evolved us to that state, and so that was our destruction when we began to we began to lose who we were, and we started dealing with these outsiders and shit, and and that was the flood. That was the flood but it can be awakened. That's what the story says. The story said that it can be awakened, and so that's much similar to the Kundalini. You see, as much, yeah, that's right. So here it is. Say, how tall was the tsunami? It's esoterical. You see, it's esoterical. It could be tall enough to end civilized, because we got great civilizations and shit, and it didn't have to be no single event. You feel what I'm saying? It could be stages of descent, That's the tsunami. The stages of descent, you can see, where we had them intermediate periods in Egypt, where we lost, the national command, and we broke back off, and sometimes that's necessary. Goddamn it, if the national leadership is not strong, sometimes you have to break apart to come back together. You see what I'm saying? But and eventually, them last stages allowing these Neanderthals to come into Egypt, and all these Asians and shit to come into Egypt. That was the goddamn tsunami. That was the damn tsunami. Yeah. Here we go.
Is Atlantis, and he says it has all the hallmark characters. The guy that thinks that they found the spot in Africa, it's one area in Africa that he believes is Atlantis, and he says it has all the hallmark characteristics and evidence of massive water erosion surrounding the area, that at one point in time, it's very likely that this area got hit with a massive flood, and it matches all the characteristics of Atlantis. When you see it, when you see the way the concentric circles of rings, like try explaining this through a natural phenomena that doesn't exist anywhere around it.